Yo guys, hope you guys are doing good. New video, new trade. So in today's video, we're gonna go through the trade that I took on the 30th of January. This was a very tricky day, to be quite honest with you guys. So it was a very choppy day, and the reason as to why it was a choppy day, the day before we've went lower, like roughly 600 points, right? For the people that are not like really experienced with trading, just know that this is a shit ton of going down. You don't often see this. You probably see this like 3 times per year, maybe twice. We haven't seen price action like this since the tariffs with China. So right. So right now I'm gonna go more into technical analysis. If for the beginners, just watch and try to understand and really just apprehend the logic behind it. Right. This is ICT concepts, by the way. Nothing is mine. And yeah. So going into the day, I was kind of bullish. Let me remove all of this. So I was kind of bullish. Why am I bullish? We've we filled this daily gap. We have failed to close above it, put in a wick, and then the 29th of January is the dump that we've seen. And if you look quite closely, we have a what? We have a 4 hour fair value gap, right? We have a 4 hour fair value gap right here. Uh, Going into the day. Don't look at this. This whole thing is like after the session. I'm talking about when before New York Open, which happens on 9:30. Right, so dropping into the 15 minute, I'm not gonna keep wasting too much time. I can see that we have created this range after dumping the 600 point, like I said. So we've created this range. On the way back, what have we done? We've tapped OTE, as you guys can see. We've tapped OTE once, came back, generated more highs, which, if I'm being honest, no, if I'm being, yeah, so it's EQ right there. So we tap OTE, come back, tap EQ, drop one more time lower, tap OTE, the fib tool, which is this is the golden zone for retail traders, but for us using ICT concepts, this is what we call OTE, a very manipulative area where you would expect a reversal, just like this in here, right? So okay, so at this point, I'm like, we have two scenarios. Either we're gonna do this, which is actually the first case, is what I wanted to see. I wanted to see us go higher first, put in a high, generate liquidity, go lower, take all of these shorts, right? All of these sell stops, and then we go higher, which is called a double purge, right? So we almost had it. My plan almost works out, but here is how you have to be a hybrid trader. That means do not marry your draw liquidity, do not marry your bias. The moment it gets invalidated, you need to accept the fact that it's not you've been wrong, but your your assumption of what price wants to do is quite wrong right now. We're not gonna do what we are assuming. All right, so go in at 9:30, which happened right here, volatility opening. We go higher, put in this high, uh, sweeping buy side, just a whole lot of accumulation, consolidation, right? This is actually the first trade I wanted to take. I was willing to take 3 trades today. I saw 3 opportunities. I saw this long right here. I couldn't enter since I didn't get the confirmation I wanted, and we've just had expansion, so I had no room whatsoever to enter. The second one, which I was like almost about to take, I had a limit order, and when price was coming back to my limit, I just closed it, which was probably, let me see. Yeah, it was here. It was on 957, and we'll go as to why. So we've had an SMT here. An SMT basically is just when ES and NQ like lack, and we have like a discorrelation between the two. So we had an SMT. I'm looking as to, okay, we've came back, put in another high, which I don't really want to see, right? Because we haven't swept internal liquidity, and at this point I'm like, okay, nice. We've put in more highs, more liquidity, more buy stops, which is exactly what I told you guys that I wanted to see in the beginning. Going into the 15 second, and bear with me, because like every time you change the time frame, you gotta fix the view. Okay, so this is the short that I wanted to see. Put in this SMT, expansion lower. I was like, all right, listen, we've had our market structure shift. We had a pullback to the FEJ, which we've respected beautifully. Look how the candle body do not close above the fair value gap. You see that? Okay. So at this point, I was gonna enter right here. Let me remove the magnet. I was about to enter right here after why right there, because in my eyes, this is a change in safe delivery order block entry. Even though I don't like taking one candle change in safe delivery, it needs to be a series for more probability. But we've already had all the signs that we had to see, right? Because we have a change in safe delivery here, drop all the way lower, pull back to the first presented fair value gap, respect it beautifully, come back, fair value gap, and then we close below. So this is not an entry initial confirmation. This is a secondary confirmation for us to continue the move, because this is the first entry for you if you wanted to go short, right? But for me, up in this point, I wasn't. I didn't have a short bias. We go lower, boom, 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 like all I said, and then when we put in this move, I wanted to see a pullback to this FEJ, put my stop somewhere here. I wanted to see this FEJ stay open, and then target these lows, right? I wanted to take it up to these relative low resistance liquidity in the 15th. I wanted to take it back again. I've seen all of this chop. I'm like, there's a high chance we do this. Shit. There's a high chance we do something like this. Where is it? Yeah. Just a whole lot of manipulation. I didn't want to take it. Again, maybe it's a valid hesitation, maybe not. Well, my draw on liquidity was higher. I didn't want to risk on a zoomed in trade, right? Especially since it wasn't A plus for me to take it. And on the 15 second, I only take executions on the 15 when it's an A plus setup and I'm really sure about it. Okay, so next, what do? We get the drop, come back again. So at this point, when we've had this expansion again higher, I was really sure that this was a range day. This was a seek and destroy condition where we put in lows, we put in highs, we take them, come back, take the highs, go lower, right? It was a pure textbook seek and destroy condition. So when we came back lower one more time, I was like, all right, listen, we've taken all of this liquidity to the left of us. We have all of these low resistance liquidity. Let me take a high. Let me take a long. I was like, all right, cool. What do I need to see? Initially, I wanted to see a 3-minute inverse. This one is what I wanted to see. I wanted to see a 3-minute inversion, right? We never did get a good entry. We did get the inversion, but there is no way you can enter in this price leg, right? So I want you to see an inversion, a 3-minute inversion, then drop into the 15 second and look for a pullback to the 3-minute right here, right? I want you to see something like this. Boom, boom, boom. Market structure shift, inversion of the 3-minute, come back, internal change in the safe delivery, take my entry right here, put my stop right below the 3-minute inversion, and go for a 1 to 2 or up to this 15-minute, right? We never did get that sort of entry. Price just rallied higher, but again, it's a good thing. Our draw liquidity was good. Good price action understanding. All right, so now let's get in why I took the trade that I did. Like I said, SMT, we go higher, a little bit of SMT, we take all of these highs, we edge this high. So us not taking this buy side, listen closely, guys. Us not taking this buy side, I was like, the long biased might be wrong. Why is it? Well, we've already swept all of this liquidity. We've already taken everything in here. And we've had we've had a change in safe delivery on the 1 minute, probably also on the 5 minute, if you check it out. Even on the 5 minute, we had a change in safe delivery. So I was like, okay. So I was like, listen, we've had everything we needed to see for us to displace higher, continue higher, but what do? SMT, change in safe delivery, and at this point, ES put in a change in the stage of delivery before NQ, which is what? When you have logic, when you have key time, key area, higher time frame drawn liquidity is aligning with you, you can only have an A plus trade, right? We put in so like I said, ES gives a change in the safe delivery before NQ, and using all of those conditions that I told you guys, I use ES in these type of situations as an indicator, as a signal for me to hop in NQ before seeing the change in safe delivery, which allowed me to enter here before we get a nice change in safe delivery, right? So I would rate this trade as a B, as a B trade. Why is that? We only have an inversion, but we do not have any fair value gap to rebalance the fact that we have inverse, right? And other than that, the closure is not beautiful. It's not a high probable closure like we've been seeing, right? And it took too many candles. It took like one, two, three, four, five, six. It took roughly 6 candles for us to put in a change in safe delivery. So at this point, I was like, all right, price action is getting really slow. But again, if we want to dump lower, we should at least see us go back to EQ, right? So I take my trade out right after tapping OTE -1, and I'm done. That's all I need in a seek and destroy day. So yeah, let me go show you guys the executions. So you see that this is actually legit. And by the way, guys, I've had a really rough 3 weeks. Believe me, if you're in that stage where trading looks impossible, like let me finish with the executions and then we'll move on to the psychological mental speech. There you go. Executions at 891 right here. And we close at A44. Okay, so somewhere here. Not the best closure. I would never take this on a expansion day. This is not within my system, but within a range day, that's all I need, right? And I was really happy with my closure because right after I closed it, price put in a bullish candle and we started going higher. So I was like, all right, it was a good decision. But after we rally all the way lower, do I think I should have kept my TP there? No. We've had a shit ton of accumulation. Seek and destroy day, I wouldn't have kept it there. For sure, I wouldn't. Okay, so now let's go on to some words that I do wanna take get out of my chest, right? So I've had a really rough 3 weeks, guys. Let me show you. If you think trading is like this, you're deeply mistaken. You only get to this. I don't want to say get to this level. I don't want to sound cocky, bro. This is like the first good week for me, not in profits, but in system, in my edge. Algorithmically, this is the first good week of the whole January. Let me show you guys. The whole of January has been a shit festive for me. It was so bad. It was so bad. I've been taking trades that didn't have any single meaning, right? Just FOMO upon FOMO upon FOMO. And yeah, but here's the thing, guys. Let me show you something. Let me show you something really interesting. Look at the trade direction. I've had 30 trades go into my direction. Like, that means when I take long, let's say I take a buy, I'm expecting price to go higher. It goes higher for a good amount of points. But then it comes back, break even, or stops me up. Every time it happened. And it got me so fucking sick that I didn't even respect my system. It was basically a bad fucking week, a bad month. But up to this day, I was like, you know what? Fuck this. I actually deserve to keep losing since I don't even backtest properly. I don't backtest properly. You need to see pure results. Let me show you. Let me show you the improvement of my backtesting, how it's looking like right now. I've been backtesting 2025. Look, this is how I was backtesting when I was saying, oh, I am backtesting and I know my edge. Look at this shit. Three pictures, a little bit of text, and that's it. But then here's when I really opened my eyes and I was like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm actually gonna go David Goggins on this. Not even here, right here. I think. Yeah. So look how it changed, bro. You need to have a deep study on your entry, a deep study on whatever you're taking. And it gets only better. Look at this now. You guys seen all this? This is what you need. You need a shit ton of time just reviewing your trade, taking the same exact trade over and over and over and over and over again. Just want to show you the pic if it wants to load, but on Notion it's always that bad with pictures. Look, guys, these are the A plus trades that you should always look for. Okay, with this, this is gonna be the end of the video. I hope you guys have enjoyed the trade recap and see you guys on to the next one. Bye bye.